you were graded on when you were reading to like the other students? You could just share. No, you remember when you did the project where you had to like read aloud and you had to get like tested? Do you remember what questions they were asking?
Voices like
yeah, like theatrics.
Yeah.
So one of the most important things when reading to children is making sure that you have good theatrics and you're really reading the story live, or else they're gonna get bored in 2 seconds and they're gonna walk away or they're not gonna be interested anymore. Do you remember any other questions that you were asked? Did you have to ask questions, like actual questions, like open-ended questions? Yeah. That's another one that's also just to grab their attention as well. Make sure that they're paying attention and following along. Because I know for us, some of the children books can be like obviously a little out there, but for kids it actually teaches them very important lessons like being good, treating everybody with respect, and all that kind of stuff. So, why do you think you were graded on those? Why were you graded on those questions that were on the paper? Because it helps the kids like absorb the lesson and make sure that they're paying attention to the book. Yeah. All right. And then how can these affect the children's capacity to understand the story? Basically what I said is just making sure that they understand it, they're paying attention, following along, and can remember the lesson that was given. Sorry. Oh.
There's a lot of people up there.
No, you're good. Oh, thank you. I'll take those. Who was it? Do you know?
I just wrote it here for sure.
Oh, it was great. Okay, all right, she's back. Yeah, no, thank you. All right, so basically the range of the kids in the Kids Academy is going to be How many lunches do you need tomorrow?
4.
4. Thank you. One more. One more. So the ages for the Kids Academy is going to be ages 3 to 5. We already knew that. So some considerations when writing your book is include things and people outside the home, explain who and why throughout your story, contain repetitive sounding words that will make them follow along better and make them more intrigued, interpret the child's own experience, including exaggeration, and create a sense of wonder, and some possibilities that you can use for your family story. Your children's story is family life stories, animal stories, fables, and fairy tales. While she's getting back to her desk, I'm going to pass out the template. So what's on here is going to be your name, please, your title of your book, the holiday or season theme that you're going to make your book about. No, you're good. I'm gonna help you along with this. I just wanted to give it to you so you can look through it. And then second language, I'll explain that on another slide, and the lesson being taught, and then I'll have all your requirements on there. You're welcome to look through that. Oh, I think I put yeah, keep going. I think I put some transitions on some of the words. Oh yeah. So reasons to read to a child. They will be encouraged to become an avid reader. Reading helps them become lifelong learners. And listening to stories can develop a children's attention span. This is a very key point. And helps develop problem-solving skills. I don't know why I put all these transitions on here. Promotes good grammar. And what are some other reasons you could think as to why you should read to children?
I think that's all of them.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay. You sure you don't want to think about it anymore? No. Anybody other than Monica? Yes. life and family stuff. 100%. I like that idea. Thank you. Alright, so here's the project. So you're going to be creating a children's book on a hard copy. I got everybody one of these. It's hard copy. It's going to be so much fun. So much coloring. Yes. So you'll be required to have at least 6 pages, not actual pages, but like front to back would be like considered 2. So one of the big requirements on this piece of paper is that you're going to have to number the pages. So page 6, then you're good. But if you want to do more, you're more than welcome to, because usually, you want to keep the story going, but it's okay. At least 1 sentence per page and 1 picture per page. You're more than welcome to use your Chromebooks and think of ideas and stuff like that, but I really want you guys to be original with it, okay? Because I will be reading them. And drawing too, a lot of drawing. A use of another language. So one of the main things that I wanted to use is that throughout I don't know if you started talking about it, but incorporating other languages into your lessons and stuff like that. So what I have is a couple bags, and they're gonna have a bunch of, there's different languages like Spanish, Italian, like the main ones that everybody would know. And what you're required to do is use at least 4 nouns in your story as that. So as an example, I have mine right here. As an example for like a sentence, I said, she opened all her presents but found no dog, and then I defined presents as what it would be in Spanish. So just nouns, anything, just so you can incorporate that for the kids. And then minimum of 2 colors. You're more than welcome to use a lot more, make it nice and bright, but if you're not, hey, that's like not my deal. Just at least 2 colors and I'll consider it a job well done. Page numbers for sure, because every book has page numbers, and the definite use of creative thinking and fun, because this is fun. Yes. Smiling faces.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you have to like reach into the bag and pick the language out?
Oh my gosh, yes. So it's gonna be this. So just so you don't have to think about it, and everybody does like the same language or anything. So I have this. It's a blind bag where you're gonna choose out the language you're gonna use, and then the holiday and season. So it's already chosen for you. So if you just think of a story, and I do. Here, if you want to go to the next page, thank you. Wouldn't be without another book. Oh, welcome back. I'll catch you up in a little bit. So how to create a children's book. Alright. Must think of the basics, obviously the title, the plot, the setting, and the pictures. And what main thing you want to think about is what story, emotion, or lesson do you want to express in your story. So for example, mine, and I'll pass mine around whenever we're doing all this. Mine is the best Christmas wish. So, and throughout the story, it's just teaching the kids to be nice and be clean, and it will be rewarded. Something's easy as that. Come on, reading to 3 to 5-year-olds. It doesn't have to be anything huge. You're more than welcome to, but something simple, you know? Make sure, so throughout this template that I gave you, there's a bunch of boxes. That's gonna be your template where you can just rough draft all your pages on. I am requiring that you do fill out the entire template, because I will also be grading that as for your final grade. And then, is it easier for you to go from the beginning to the end, or think of the end result and head backwards? That's what I did with mine. Is I thought of a season and everything, and thought about it, and I was like, what is the end result? And I honestly just worked backwards, and it's a whole lot easier doing that for me myself. But to each their own. And the main one is just brainstorming. Just you're more than welcome to have fun with it. Yeah.
You gave us a rubric?
Yeah. So you can look at it and see what I'll be grading you on, just so you know that everything.
Like one of these, like.
It's just funny. I'll go over that in a second. Don't you worry. Okay. Exciting. Thank you. Alright, so for example, like I said, my holiday or season is Christmas. My second language is Spanish, and my lesson being taught is being responsible will be rewarding. Alright, so here's the raffle time. So you're gonna go through, and you're gonna pick 1 out of each, but I'm only giving you 1 redo for 1 bag. So if you want to keep your language but want to redo this, you're more than welcome to.